Here are 5 tips for setting and reaching your goals for 2021. What's up guys, I'm Sean from Gym Class Finance. 2020 was pretty rough, so let's move forward and look to 2021. I know we didn't reach all of our goals, but we didn't do too bad. Let's get into our 5 tips for reaching your goals in 2021. So in the past video, you heard that you don't want to set more than 6 to 8 goals for the year. So without any further ado, let's get into that first one, which is to continue with your past goals. So for example, maybe you were trying to save $1,000 last year and you didn't quite reach that goal. You want to go back and look at that goal and decide whether that's something worth going for again in 2021, or maybe you need to modify it a little bit. Whatever it is, make sure you take a look at your past goals, especially the ones that you failed on. So that was pretty basic, but make sure you take a look at your past goals. It's so important. Decide whether you want to use it for the following year, or maybe you just want to walk away from that goal. It didn't work out. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is to be smart. Make your goals smart. So let's continue with that same example of saving $1,000, and let's take a look at whether it is a SMART goal. So the S in SMART is specific. What are your goals? Are they specific enough, or are they too broad? That's pretty specific to me. I want to be able to save $1,000 in the year. Is it measurable? The M in SMART. Measurable. What does that mean? How can you measure your progress? How will you know if you're on track? Well, $1,000 over 12 months. That's a little less than $100. So yeah, that is pretty measurable. So I think it meets that area of SMART. Attainable, A, attainable. Can your goals actually be achieved? Well, some of that's going to depend on how much money you make, but overall, I think saving $1,000 within a year time frame is pretty attainable for almost anyone. Are they realistic? Kind of goes with the attainable. Are they realistic? Yeah, that seems pretty realistic to me. And the time frame within which you're going to reach your goals, I would say that's also going to meet that time frame with your SMART goal. So that $1,000 meets all of our SMART goals, which is tip number 2. That leads us to our third tip, which is to write down your 2021 goals. Write them down on paper, write them on a computer, type it up, put it on your refrigerator. You want this to be visible. Obviously, you're not going to stare at your goals throughout the year, but you want to be able to see it occasionally and just kind of keep it in your head what you're trying to do. Goals that are not visible are likely to be forgotten. So if you're not putting them down, then chances are you're going to forget about them. I even put my goals this year out on social media. I have those on Instagram. I'm going to share them in my next video as well. So make sure that your goals are visible. Write them down. And that leads us into our 4th tip for creating and achieving your goals, which is to have an accountability partner. If you're married, that's easy. You have someone you should be talking to about your goals all the time. If you're not married, then maybe you want to ask another family member or a close friend, but chances are a friend or family member may be looking for the same accountability. You just need to ask. So have an accountability partner, someone you can talk to about your goals and how they're going throughout the year. Number 5, stick with it. It's easy to list goals and to say you have goals. If you're not sticking with it though, it doesn't really do you any good. So create checkpoints throughout the year. 3 or 4 times maybe throughout the year that you're going to check in. Maybe it's once a month. I say 3 or 4 just because I know people get busy and they don't want to always constantly be thinking about it. But set up those checkpoints, put reminders in your phone, talk to your accountability partner about when those checkpoints are going to happen. I think this is a great idea in regards to making sure you're going to attain or reach those goals. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a dream. So let's go over those 5 tips that we just went over. You can find them on gymclassfinance.com. I'm working on a blog. It's not in the greatest shape right now. It's a little unorganized, but that's besides the point. You can find these there as well. But there's don't quit on past failed goals. It's be smart, write them down, have an accountability partner, and stick with it. Those are my 5 tips for you. I hope you find those useful. I hope you take advantage of them. Share this video with somebody. Once again, It really helps the algorithm whenever you like this video. So if you liked it, please make sure you do that. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, it's that simple.